Desmond Hall, the ancestral home which held golden memories, now seems to contain only darkness and danger for all who live neath its roof. Cursed with a compulsion to kill and seemingly powerless to resist the evil powers which command him, Jean-Paul Desmond is nonetheless determined to combat the evils of Desmond Hall, to end the spell under which the Desmond family lives. But there are others who have demonic plans of their own.
Desmond Hall, your fate and destiny is sealed in blood. It will fall upon you like crimson rain until it engulfs the unworthy, the selfish, the proud. I call thee servants of Satan and offer this morning's libation. Take it as a vow of my faith that you will soon receive the immortal soul of Jean-Paul Desmond. Oh, frightened? Oh, only a little morning offering. Oh, my pretty. That's all it was. My pretty, my own. Now we'll let in the sunshine and begin our normal day. That's so It's true. From dawn of day to set of sun, a woman's work is never done. Good morning. A divine day it is. Who's calling at this ungodly hour?
Irene?
Yes?
It's Jean-Paul. I was wondering if it's too early for me to stop by.
Oh, not at all. Just give me half an hour to tidy up.
Fine, half an hour then.
Perfect. You've been on my mind this morning. Very much on my mind. See you. Thanks. No muffins? When I've made my bony fingers even bonier baking them for you.
Oh, Irene, I'm afraid I have no appetite. Besides, knowing you, I think your muffins are probably sprinkled with your herbs and roots.
Laugh, but they are. Oh, ridicule me if you will, Jean-Paul, but look at my pep and vigor. That doesn't come from gorging myself on cream pies, but from herbs. Their herbs are getting harder to get every day. The grocer thinks I'm a silly little old lady, so I go out into the fields. What else can I do? So if you ever see the hunched figure of an ancient old crone digging in the cliffs around Desmond Hall, for mercy's sake, don't shoot.
Well, why the cliffs? Does anything grow there?
Oh, deadly nightshade, my dear. I couldn't toss a salad without it. Now tell me, what is it that you came to see me about, Jean-Paul? Now, don't protest. It's something solemn, I can see it in your eyes.
No, I just came to find out the recent gossip at Desmonton.
That's a lie. What is it, Jean-Paul?
Well, Irene, as you know, I've been away from here for many years.
Too many years?
And so much has changed. Ada, for instance.
Oh, my dear, Ada hasn't changed. She's still the same timid little mouse. The only change that I've seen is that she seems to have developed a strange aversion to me somehow.
Well, Laszlo could be the cause of that.
Laszlo? Laszlo's a dear. Oh, he pretends to be a surly bear, but underneath. No, you mustn't say a word against Laszlo, Jean-Paul. He's a friend.
Is he?
Yes, to us all. I don't know what Desmondton would have done without him. What with Philip gone.
That's something else I was wondering about. Philip.
Don't waste your time. You might as well try to follow a will-o'-the-wisp.
But I can't understand why he would leave without leaving some word.
That's Philip. I don't see where the mystery lies. Oh, he's just a young man who's learned how to take advantage of his money. In fact, I've encouraged him to go where he chooses, when he chooses. Oh, my dear. And he has a brother who already brings enough gloom into any one family. Oh, do cheer up, Jean-Paul.
If Philip did leave...
If he did leave?
If Philip did leave... Why did he not tell anyone of his destination?
My dear, he did. The night before he left, he had dinner with me here in the cottage. Herbaceous food and all. He told me quite clearly of his plans.
What were they?
Well, that he was going to visit you on Mel Jardin. Didn't Laszlo tell you that?
Yes.
Then, Philip was worried about you, as I'm beginning to worry. You're not quite yourself. And then there were the stories, those terribly weird stories about some insane feeling on your part to try to restore your wife back to life. Jean-Paul, are you sure you're all right?
Yes, I'm fine.
Well, then, I must tell you the latest. Some excitement in Desmondton for a change. Did you by any chance happen to know a little waitress, a strange little girl, quite lonely, rather bizarre? Of course, she went to your house one night asking for employment. Annie Harrigan. But did you know that since that night she hasn't been heard from? Why, the whole town is agog. There were stories about her, you see. She was an unsavory sort of character by Desmondton's standards. And yet, you know, I tried to be good to her. She had a kind heart, you know, the proverbial heart of gold, despite her reputation for an affection to certain gentlemen in town. Still, I can't see anyone could be so evil as to harm her. Can you?
Police.
They wanted to talk to me about Annie Harrigan. She's disappeared, you know. Or do you? Still, she was a friend of yours.
Did you tell the police that?
Oh, no, I couldn't bear the scandal, Papa.
There was no scandal.
There would be. After all, you were the last person to see her. Before her unusual disappearance. And it would be hardly edifying if people knew that you had seen her often.
No more than you.
Than I? I saw the lady, now and then. But she would only talk. I think it's to my credit that I never cared to repeat that information. It bored me. Your involvement with her.
What do you want?
Nothing. I certainly don't want to see my mother sad. She's depressed enough. Or should I say, oppressed. I only want one thing, Laszlo. Leave me alone. As I will leave you alone in the future.
I had nothing to do with that girl's disappearance.
No one said you did. I want you to know that I have my plans as well as you might have your plans. So I'll leave you alone if you'll leave me alone. I work slowly, but with infinite patience. Now you see it. Now you don't.
This is Philip's room.
How kind of you to show me around the house. All of it. You know, yesterday I thought you were annoyed with me. That you didn't want me to stay at Desmond Hall.
I've changed my mind.
Oh, why?
Perhaps you can help me. You do research. I think I can have your help in investigating some facts about my brother.
How could I do that?
You've been poring over the history now of the Desmond family and its past. And I feel that perhaps somewhere the past may provide answers for the present. Emily.
Yes.
My brother has disappeared, and I don't know where he is. Your letter, the letter that you received giving you permission to come to Desmond Hall, I am convinced that my brother wrote that letter. He wanted you here, as clearly as if it had been a call for help.
I don't understand.
My brother wrote that letter. But from where? Where is he?
Well, I was told he sent a message this morning, a cable.
I don't believe that. Look at this room. His room, just as it was. Everything in perfect shape. Clothes, possessions, his broken childhood toys. But something is wrong. I feel that he is trying to tell me that. Emily, I feel that he is trying to reach me.
Told me it was broken.
Yes, I did.
Well, then why is it playing?
Perhaps I was mistaken.
But you said that you felt that your brother was trying to reach you from somewhere.
Did I say that?
Yes, you did. Jean-Paul, I've never believed in the occult or in spirits reaching out from the dead, but I don't know, since I've come to Desmond Hall, there's an atmosphere here, a sense of foreboding that Jean-Paul, speak to me. You're frightening me.
I'm sorry, it's nothing, it's just, please, forget that I spoke to you, it's nothing.
He's been asking questions about Philip. Things that shouldn't be asked.
How do you know?
Because he asked them of me this morning.
What were your answers?
Clever as usual.
Did he believe you?
I doubt it. Laszlo, we've got to move quickly. Now, tonight there will be a full moon. It's an ideal time for an initiation ceremony. We can't really use Holly until she's taken vows, become bound to the membership in the covenant.
Tonight?
Tonight. And my friends and neighbors, sweet little witches, they will be ready, if their leader is.
Tonight.
Who is it? Oh, Cousin Jean-Paul. Fancy finding you in Cousin Philip's room.
And what, may I ask, are you doing here?
I wander. I visit. I'm here and there. I'm a kind of ghost of Desmond Hall.
Well, you're much too young, much too alive to be a ghost.
Well, there are many kinds of ghosts, Cousin.
Oh? Well, what do you know about them?
I'm a Desmond. Stealthy, secretive, dishonest, like the rest.
You have a rather faulty view of our heritage.
Do I? Well, then I won't bother you with it. I'm leaving.
Court. Do you think Philip is that way? Stealthy? Dishonest?
Yes.
Well, not to my knowledge.
Well, you asked me about mine. He's no different from all the rest. All my kindly relatives, who sent me to the finest boarding schools where I was fed upon sugar, strawberries, and cream, and the very best butter. Who raised me, dear cousin, like a prince. And who finally, when the kingdom was in sight, turned away, hands in pockets.
My brother Philip wouldn't have treated you like that.
But he did.
Well, how? Tell me.
Well, there's no use talking about it now.
Tell me.
He was a man of many promises. We'll go fishing today. We'll find a quiet pool upstream. We'll read tonight the poems of Sappho in the original Greek.
Well, that sounds more like my brother.
Well, he also sounded like this. We'll go to Paris, you and I. We'll go to Deauville to the races. So I packed my bags and I said goodbye to Mama and my dear stepfather. And in the morning he was gone.
You mean Philip left you?
Without a word, cousin. As you can see, I'm still here. He's not.
He wouldn't.
Well, let's not try to find excuses.
Court, wait. That's not the Philip I know.
Perhaps there's a Philip that you didn't know. I'll show you. Would you like to see that, Philip? Are you afraid? Sorcery, witchcraft. Why? Goes way back in our ancestry. Goes way back in the Desmond history.
Philip?
Dabbled in these volumes that were never put on the open shelf, with potions and poisons.
He wasn't interested in this.
His diary. Forgot to take it with him.
Have you been reading this?
Yes. I felt obligated. I wanted to learn as much as I could about the Desmond family.
Who knows about this room?
Philip and I. He confided in me. Loyal cousin Philip.
A test for necromancy. An attempt to make gold out of sand. Oh, we couldn't have been serious. Oh, Court, no, this is an ordinary diary, that's all. Look, it says here, intend to take Court with me on my trip to France. You see, he intended to.
Perhaps I should have got it down in writing.
Court? What do you make of this last entry? What does it mean to you?
I haven't read that far. I have other interests in Desmond Hall and other areas to explore.
It says there are signs of evil in Desmonton itself, signs of witchcraft, and a coven of witches, and then the writing breaks off, ends abruptly.
Perhaps my cousin went mad because of his peculiar hobbies. Blow out the candle when you've finished.
Court?
Hello.
Hello.
You interested in family history?
If it's functional and if it serves my purposes. Why are you interested?
It's my work.
I'm curious. Why are you finding the Desmond history so interesting?
Well, why are you interested?
I'm a Desmond. Be thankful you're not.
Is it so bad?
Dull. Dull as death. If I could be freed, if I could escape and do whatever I chose, believe me, I'd never look back. Someday I'll be free of all of this. Someday all of this will disappear and there'll only be, the Desmond name will mean only one thing. Me. You know enough about the Desmond history to know that whatever we want, we get by fair means or foul. You're an explorer. I'm an explorer. Why don't we explore together? I know some nice, endless caves down by the river. What's the matter?
Oh, it's nothing. I was just wondering where Jean-Paul is.
Oh. He's exploring too.
September 27th. I find myself taking more and more seriously my studies of witchcraft and demonology. There are more powers at work on Earth than people know.